Assalamu alaikum, welcome to our podcast. I'm Tameem bin Nasir.
I'm Ahmad.
Khadijah,
Sahaab,
and welcome to
हम
Chaar Awazaar. हम आवाज़ार क्यों है यार?
पता नहीं यार. What's the so feeling in that line? I'm just the way you say like so feeling.
Assalamu alaikum guys, welcome back. We're back to university after हमारी 1.5 महीने की छुट्टियाँ.
Seemed very long for me.
They were not that long for me.
They were long at least.
ये idea of time क्यों warp हो रहा है?
Because there are people who get 3-month long summer break.
आप उनसे compare करोगे तो उसमें तो छोटी लगेंगी ना.
I mean, the thing is, जब हुआ था हम क्या 1 month and a half, we're going to do so many things, we're going to have a checklist, I'm going to finish all my previous modules, my next modules, third year, यार सब कुछ खत्म करना है.
और third year का किसी ने नहीं सोचा.
मैंने first year previous को सोचा था.
मैंने पूरा सोचा हुआ था कि हुआ क्या, जो एग्जाम पहले आना था वो एग्जाम किया हमने, वो भी एक दिन पहले. That's it. That's 12 बजे के बाद.
Guys, imagine everyone pulling all-nighters at the end of 1.5 महीने की छुट्टियाँ for the module that's
Imagine
the next day.
that's exactly what happened.
The amount of people, everyone was awake. हर इंसान 12 बजे के बाद जागा भैया मैं तो अभी शुरू कर रहा हूँ. And they were literally अभी शुरू कर रहे
कुछ बंदे थे जो एक दिन पहले रिवाइज करना शुरू कर रहे थे.
हुआ नहीं मेरे से कभी.
अच्छा वैसे पता है अगर छुट्टियाँ बहुत लंबी लगे ना या बहुत छोटी लगे, either you did a lot of stuff or you did nothing.
अच्छा एक बात है, like let me get your opinion on this. जब टाइम आपको छोटा लगे ना, अगर कोई कह रहा है ना गर्मी ये 1.5 महीने छोटा था, that means you had a very repetitive routine. That's when your brain processes that as a single unit. तो वो आपको लगता है एक बहुत थोड़ा बहुत. Okay, if you done many different things along 1.5 महीने, तो you would think बहुत लंबा time.
But then at the same time, if you've had fun,
वही
things
ना.
move way too quick, even if it's not repetitive. Time,
नहीं, not really.
Time
Like,
flies when
अगर-
you're having fun. It's
नहीं,
literally a saying.
that's a microscopic level पे अगर देखें, अगर आप zoom out करके देखें ना कि अच्छा पिछले 1.5 महीने में मैंने क्या किया, तो यही वाली चीज़ होती है.
जैसे क्वारंटीन के बारे में कहते हैं हम ज़हन में तुमको एक आध तुम्हारी रूटीन एक ही आएगी, तुम्हें
2020 एक चीज़ सोचते हैं सब.
2020 ज़हन में क्वारंटीन आएगा और शायद वो तुम सोचो तो एक आध दिन ही तुम्हें ज़्यादा याद रहेंगे क्योंकि वो रूटीन एक जैसी थी, घर में ही रहना होता था. तो दैट्स अबाउट टाइम. तो हाँ, साहब में भी हैड अ रिपेटिटिव रूटीन. तो
Yes guys, I slept all day. मैं आज सुबह उठती थी मैं सो जाती थी.
तो फिर कह रही कि छोटी सी छुट्टियां और मिल जाती तो यही करना था.
Because we were catching up on sleep from the past 3 years.
रहने दो, इतना
That's not
victimize नहीं करो अपने आप को.
नहीं यार मैं सोता ही नहीं हूँ.
ऐसा थोड़ी होता. 3 दिन खाना नहीं खाते, 3 दिन का खाना खाते हो साथ.
यार sleep is different.
नहीं.
You need at least 20 hours of sleep a day. It's scientifically proven.
बिल्कुल.
From a second year
Guys,
medical
new docs
student
have just
who's
dropped.
barely passing, sleep is accumulative. It's just how it works. I'm sorry guys.
The more you sleep, the more you feel sleepy.
Exactly. It's actually a science.
हाँ वो कहते हैं ना कि सालन और नींद को जितना बढ़ाते जाओ बढ़ती जाती है.
ये ज़ारन का मैंने पहली बार सुना.
हाँ पानी डालते जाओ.
पानी डालते हो तो
ये it's a Pakistani thing, okay?
Yeah,
ये दुबई वाले दुबई में
Ahmad from Dubai won't understand this.
ये लंबा.
Guys, first of all, Ajman. We've talked about this.
Ahmad moved, you know, guys, no? So Ajman is a new place. How's that?
It's still as uncultured in the Pakistani sense, but it's interesting. Very humid, very hot and humid. So that's a bit.
यहाँ तो तुम्हें मजा आ रहा होगा.
Astaghfirullah, इतने मुश्किल से हम लोग ये रिकॉर्ड कर रहे हैं. पहली बात हम कह रहे हैं कि मजा आ रहा होगा. It's so hot right now.
नहीं relative है ना, वहाँ बीच के किनारे.
LA से नहीं है ना, हम तो अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह इस्लामिक मुल्क से आ रहे हैं.
Dubai is like the Muslim LA. You get me?
इसलिए मैं अजमान में हूँ.
You know, that
I
makes sense,
particularly went to
ऐसे.
Ajman.
That makes sense ऐसे.
It is. It does.
I think that'll be Turkey though. If you think
नहीं.
about it, if you
नहीं,
want the vacation spot, that's Turkey.
भाई,
Vacations,
Turkey में ना वो
LA is not a
beaches नहीं है
vacation
यार.
spot. LA is like
With a cloud in it, so it makes sense.
Yeah, so
आप लोग बताएं आपने क्या किया?
क्या कुछ नहीं किया.
क्या नहीं?
आखिरी हफ्ते में?
नहीं पूरे महीने 1.5 महीने करते रहे हम तो. Every week had a highlight.
Every single week.
हाँ.
None of them were like just exhausted and just.
नहीं बिल्कुल. Exhaustion भी ऐसे थी ना. क्या होता है कि like if you're enjoying your work then it's not really work.
Wow, I really like that. 100%. That's my belief system. So like
You're welcome to Tameem. आपको मैंने सारा आपका belief system दे दिया है इन्हें.
नहीं like लोग कहते हैं chase peace and I'm like something's wrong if you're comfortable. You should
So
seek
I don't want peace. I want problems. This is what's happening here.
It's like you should seek discomfort.
I mean, there was this thing which we were talking about where if you have a goal in mind and you're like working towards something, then there's the rule of thirds. It's gonna is the 1/3 of the time you'll be working on the stuff. 1/3 of the time you're gonna be hating every second of it, and in the last third of it you'll be having fun. So if that balance is off and you're having way too much fun or you're completely depressed, you're doing something wrong.
ये शायद तुमने like की थी मेरी feed में भी आ गई थी. I also related to this a lot.
See, we're all हम Chaar Awazaar actually connected with this.
Deeply
We need
connected.
this in our life.
हम Chaar Awazaar, also known as Ahmad and Tameem.
देखिए अब हम लोग आपकी आवाज़ारी भी हमने ली हुई है, मसला नहीं है, आप लोग अपना देखें.
Right.
Guys, if you had to say TikTok videos,
What's the first word that comes to you
हाँ,
when you hear the word TikTok? Like YouTube search bar में लिखो TikTok. Next thing would be reacting to top 10 cringe TikToks. TikTok cringe, and I mean it's just synonymous with cringe.
Guys, stop. क्योंकि मैं TikTok videos बनाती हूँ.
I'm sorry. Wait a minute.
But they're not.
How many trends? Where's the renegade? Where's the...
सारे बता दो. Like बताओ तुम मुझे देखते रहते हो.
Bestie बना लो.
सारी दुनिया को तो बना लिया आपने, हमें भी बना लो.
After 79 besties, I think it's time.
The 80th one.
We should be the 100th one at this point. The way she makes friends is just like...
Exponential.
Exponential growth.
She's a random person, bestie. That's it. But wait, back to the topic. You make TikToks?
Hey guys, अभी सब कुछ नहीं बताऊंगी. आहिस्ता with time.
But yeah, that brings us to the actual topic of the day.
Cringe. इतना we throw around the word cringe so much. Like मैं तो कहती हूँ दिन में हम लोग अच्छी भली कोई 4-5 दफा declaring something cringe. Like even in the episode 0, I talked about how I was cringe-shamed
exactly.
for bringing out the idea of doing a podcast.
अच्छा, you were cringe-shamed. That was metric, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. अच्छा, Khadijah ने कहा था ना, like when we decided we were going to be talking about this topic, and like हमने कहा तैयारी करके आनी है, तो like I googled and मैंने कहा कि जो use over time होता है ना, जो Google definition के नीचे लिखा आता है इस साल में ये word इतना use हुआ. It was like on the lower end until 2010. 2019 में word peak किया. So like it is in culture these days. नहीं भी होती है ना चीज, like if you're not vibing to it, it's so easy to label it cringe.
Yeah, it's just like if you don't like something, it's cringe.
I think something that you're uncomfortable doing or something you find weird, so you think it's cringe when it's actually.
हर किसी ने अपना एक arbitrary से standard set किया है, और anything that doesn't meet that standard, cringe.
Yep. And I think it has kicked out the word embarrassing and embarrassment. It has taken place.
Yeah, exactly. And I was like, asking people, and they're like, no, but that's embarrassing, right? And I was like, do you guys not see the overlap between embarrassing and
like
cringe?
One side and the other side. Like, you feel embarrassed, and the people watching you, they won't feel embarrassed for you. They would feel cringe.
They will find it funny to me.
Funny, yeah, cringe.
I mean, there's a very fine line between the two, and that depends on how you define the word. If I think everything
definition भी लिख के ला, रुको. Definition.
Yes, sir.
Cringe is a verb, bend one's head and body in fear or apprehension or in servile manner. ठीक है? It's an act of cringing in noun की form में है.
That's physical cringe, right? When you're like
physical cringe, but you would have this reaction over something which you see or like listen, whatever. That's like cancelling the whole person, right? You just when you cringe at someone, you've cancelled the person basically.
अच्छा वही बात है ना, these are like buzzwords for आजकल, cringe, cancel, very negative.
I mean, yeah, but then I feel like it's the easy way out. If you're in a conversation, you want to make a joke, you're like, oh my god, that guy is so cringe, everyone laughs. It's just a thing which people, it's a crutch to make jokes.
आपका लगता है यही चल रहा होता है?
आप होती ही इतनी cringy हैं कि वो बोलना पड़ता है.
अच्छा.
It's a whole different thing.
I think you do need crutches. You're the one who's taking it out easy.
Guys,
come up with घर जाओ कुछ jokes वगैरह सोचो.
Are you seeing how traumatic of a person she is? I just dislocated my shoulder and she's talking about crutches. Like PTSD, excuse me.
यार कुछ 4-5 महीने हो गए यार, पिछले एपिसोड में हो गया था ये.
पूरी छुट्टियों में he was like, I have to mobilize my shoulder and everything. How's that going for you, Ahmad? 1.5 महीने की छुट्टियां थी, keep in mind.
देखिए, for the ones that do know how this works, the shoulder does not fix itself this easily.
वो है ना, it heals very slowly.
The labrum basically never heals. So there's that whole issue. But this is not a medical clinical lecture yet. Maybe next year we'll see how this goes. But besides that, I think TikTok in itself is just been used so much for cringe now. I think the whole rise of 2019 of the word on Google itself is quite. It points towards TikTok as well. So like वो सब देखेंगे तो यार मुझे नहीं पता मैं क्या बोल रहा हूँ. Honestly, I'm just.
अच्छा, लेकिन वही बात है ना यार, आप cringe कर रहे हो, तो that's coming from a place of I don't approve of this, so this is just inherently bad and you should be ashamed of it.
This isn't how I planned it out.
हाँ
Exactly, जैसे आपने कोई जोक सोचा होता है फिट सा, आपकी गैदरिंग में बोलते हो, किसी को यार सारों को पूरी तरह समझ आता है जोक, लेकिन कोई हंसा नहीं होता और लोग देख रहे थे आप मैंने क्या करना है. It didn't go as planned. So this is basically, if you like boil it down, like, okay, what is cringe? It's basically things not going as you planned it. Whether it's a joke, whether it's something you shouldn't have done. जिस तरह बंदा रात को बेड में लेटते ना, यार shit मैंने ये क्यों किया था, ये मैं क्यों मैसेज किया, मैंने इस बंदे को ये क्यों बोला. Those are all the things which you regret basically.
There's the whole sense of subjectivity here where humor is seen differently, where people have a sense of like a superiority complex. So to them, a lot of the things you'll do would be like, man, I'm never going to do that, so I'm not going to let him do it, so I'm going to make fun of him.
Also, I feel like it comes from a point of view of a privileged person. If someone who is very privileged and they're like a very social media personality, they do something, so that is not cringe. That's something that is maybe some people cringe at it. Like, if a person who is not that elite, they do the same thing. So
I think that happened in Pakistan. Like again, like not. I think overall TikTok phenomena में this is not a huge thing. लेकिन अगर पाकिस्तानी TikTok के phenomena में देखा जाए ना, तो this is the main part. कि you know, people who did not have access to the internet before, then getting that access and using that for the first time in whatever way they find fun. ठीक है, तो us having that privilege या फिर बचपन से use कर रहे हैं वो सब हमारे that idea of like a taste or like this is good humor and this is like वो सब, तो we use that standard to like
judge someone.
And it's kind of like एक elitist सी चीज़ है.
I mean, there's the whole like there is a social standing that comes into play when it comes to cringe, because a person who has a significant social standing can almost never do something cringe. They can do something wrong, they can do something right, but they cannot do something cringe.
Yeah.
And because everyone follows them, everyone like somewhat looks up to them, so whatever they do, they kind of have a get out of jail free card, except it's with cringe.
Exactly. वो ये जो बात आ जाती है कि if something is not meeting your standard, then it's cringe. People that are like thought of as those cool people, they become that standard, and anything that falls short of that would be cringe.
The thing is, like, we see a lot of these people who have kind of faced the other side of this and having been called cringe, don't take it too well. Like, we have people who will just laugh it off, but I think one of the things we should focus on as well is how they're going to end up actually going home and being like, yaar, maine kya kar diya, uske samne maine kya bol diya. And I think it's sort of like our responsibility to make sure that people don't feel that
like
way.
We do not shatter someone's confidence.
Exactly.
Yeah, because वही बात है ना, the coolness and the cringe thing, it's all like social points. अगर sense में देखा जाए, you do something cringe, you lose some marks. You do something
We're
cool.
literally in a video game.
But I also feel like,
leveling up right
I
now.
also feel like
You live in a simulation.
if you're not cringing, you're not growing.
Simulation, yes.
I've been making this mistake for
How
so
long
long.
has it been?
I learned this on the NGA in Lahore,
Okay.
and then I saw it in a TV show as well. So it should have been in my mind. Okay,
Sure.
guys, simulation is one word, stimulation is another
You
word.
didn't know that?
मुझे भी आज पता चला.
My G.
Welcome to the second English lecture by Madam Khadijah Sahi. Please let us know what you think.
Acha,
I'm too scared to ask the difference between two.
acha, it's like
Wait, doesn't this also stem from someone being like, "Yeah, isn't it pata?" Like that's so odd. And
Yeah.
that's
I'm getting to that point. I have this question, like I think cringe is very associated with judgment. ठीक है? And just I mentioned that the word was used most in 2019, right? वहाँ इसकी usage peak की है. So this is the era of social media, ना? अब social media के rise के साथ इस word का rise भी हुआ है. Because social media is essentially a person choosing what he thinks is best and posts it on, like whatever he posts on Instagram, Facebook, whatever. Okay. TikTok. According to him, it's the best thing he can put out there, and it's for the rest of his followers, everyone to judge what he posted, and based on that, they like it, they comment on it, or if it's a public figure, they share it, whatever. Okay. So, like, I think so. Social media uses this word. That's why it has become more common. Okay, judgment has become more common. Social media is just basically judgment.
it's also वो चीज़ भी ना कि simply like exponential rise in content online as well.
Yes.
कि when you have a lot of stuff, like बहुत ज़्यादा content आ गए, so there's obviously going to be वो चीज़ कि अच्छा, this whole portion of this new era of content is cringe. Itna wala portion hai, acha theek hai, this is passable, it's on the line, and this is okay, this is cool, good content.
The thing is, like, if there's such strong demarcations between these things, you have to realize that people have way too much power on social media now. This whole cancel culture thing, all of these things that they can do, kind of reinforces that. Or else, if you're just one person saying, yeah, this is cringe or this is not, it's not going to make a difference. But if you deem everyone as cringe and you have a following that says that, the other guy's gone. There's no coming back from it.
Guilty pleasure है मेरा तो ये जो TikTok cringe videos नहीं होती क्या Curtis Conner, Danny Gonzalez.
Curtis Conner is not. Oh, they watch
ठीक है, they watch this and they're like, this dude, you know, and then everyone just goes and spams them, and there's like whole series of, you know, okay, this TikToker now reached back to me, and what's up? So like, you know, it's part of that content game now at this point. To like, you know, debating on whether this is cringe or not.
मैंने इस podcast की तैयारी में I watched PewDiePie's video and उसके content basically reaction है. So watching cringy TikToks, and I had fun. Not watching the TikToks, but watching PewDiePie's reaction to those TikToks.
I mean, at this point, this is also a faster way towards success, because a lot of people do it on purpose. This cringe will get you cancelled, but it'll also give you a lot of attention.
Well, I think
Mankind changer.
Dude was cringe before we knew the word cringe.
So right.
He walked so that those TikToks could run. Okay, he was the man. I remember
He started it all.
Honestly, the thing is, his lyrics are like Urdu, but then Google translated.
He's like, the guy does not care. He's like, I'm making money.
He is literally mankind's angel. We needed him at that time.
Guys, is this Chaar Awazaar music moment now?
Aisha, please respond. I had this one assembly that we did in school, I think in grade 11 or 12, where we had a whole skit, everything was happening, and then we played the song.
Mankind's angel.
Nobody knew the song, except for the 5 Pakistanis on stage.
Now that's cringe.
It was painful, because we expected like an uproar of laughter, people just freaking out.
How did they react once on stage, once that knew the song?
We planned it. So like, they were waiting for the reaction so they could like react to it.
Any reactions?
Dead silence. People were like, what kind of mankind, what song is this? And
What kind of...
Like, ये poem play हो रही है?
us on stage just trying to not laugh, because we were just like having the time of our life, putting the song in front of the entire school, the principal, the teachers. No reaction.
Were they vibing to it?
Only we were on stage.
Like, no reaction.
Imagine you've
None
never
at all.
heard of it and you think it's unironically playing. Would you vibe to it?
The first time...
Litmus test for Tameem. Would you vibe to it?
Nahin, like, the first time I listened, I was like, what the hell is this? There's just no vibes to it. Like, literally, the music is off, the lyrics are off, the voice is off. I don't know how he put it out there.
Because he wanted views.
वो भी मिल गया उसको यार वो it's a win-win for him.
That is what we are saying, कि बंदे like they are intentionally cringe ताकि बंदे ने देखे.
और वही बात कि now we're talking about कि you know how cringe is capitalized, right? So it can be capitalized कि like okay now we're gonna get catapulted into success अचानक से we're gonna get that attention क्योंकि वही जो तमीम ने बात की social media की currency is attention, right? The more attention you get, the better. And any form of attention is good attention, right? And then there's the other part of it, which is like people who like you know rise through the popularity contest that is social media by stepping down on others, right? Which is just like you know people. जिस तरह हम ये बात कर रहे थे कि people whose whole content game is हाँ जब पाकिस्तान में there's so many roaster YouTubers.
Yes, this is an interesting thing.
Yeah, right? So it's just like those people are also benefiting from the fact that cringe is such an integral part of social media.
Like you said, there's like the content game has increased exponentially on social media. So when stuff like this is happening, making original content is very difficult. So when you do that, reacting to people, making fun of people is the easiest way to go. And then just be as cringy as possible and you have a fan following. Because people want to see people just
बंद करो यार शुरू कर देगा
मैं कहता हूँ पॉडकास्ट छोड़ो हम चार अवजार नहीं हम चार क्रिंज कुछ सोचते हैं इसके बारे में
right
but I think what we aren't thinking about as well is the repercussions to all of this like when we felt all of this and we felt like we
like it's like besides social media share your real life cringe moments like मेरे साथ एक दफा हुआ कि I called one of my friends right उसके घर में call की आमतौर पे उसका ना उसके like he has 2 brothers like the 2 that live at home all the time उनकी आवाज़ में मैं आराम से फ़र्क कर सकता हूँ उसके जो बड़ा भाई है he was quite similar उसकी आवाज़ ना उसके साथ I called him और I'm like, call करते साथ ही ना, उल्लू के पट्टे, तू girl सुन मेरी है, तू like, I was like, he wasn't picking up the phone or something for so long. I just called him and I started like bashing and everything. अगला सुन रहा है, उसकी आवाज से थोड़ी बहुत उसने वो की ना, हाँ की, तो आज तक ये वही है. एंड पे ना वो कहते हैं, अच्छा अस्सलाम वालेकुम, जो किसी कॉल कर रहे हो तो पहले सलाम करते हैं.
Older brother?
Yes, and then कहते हैं मैं ऊपर से बुलाता हूँ उसको. I was like,
Imagine if it was the dad.
नहीं,
Imagine that for a second.
मेरे लिए तो बराबर था भाई.
brother also works.
अबे मेरे लिए तो अबे मैं गालियाँ दे रहा हूँ एक बंदे को मैं जानता भी नहीं हूँ यार. Isn't this crazy?
That's
Like
a big
I
L for
literally
you.
died. Like मैं sorry भी नहीं कर सकता था, इतना मैं मर गया था.
I think like when it comes to like these sort of stories, for me it usually has to do with excitement. Because whenever I've shown any sort of like excitement towards something, which I usually would not, and that does not get reciprocated back, it is a weird feeling. Because I'm there like, guys, look at that spike. That spike was so good. It's in that show. That curve, that quick was so sick. We should do that again.
By the way, these are volleyball references, guys.
Oh, yeah, this is the whole,
मैं सोच रही हूँ कौन सा कैरेक्टर है. Literally, I was like, ये what Flash? एक कोई कैरेक्टर था उस तरह का, शायद कोई स्पाइक भी होगा.
My bad. So like, whenever it came to playing volleyball, our entire team was super enthusiastic. Nobody else cared at all. But then we were just like, guys, wo spike dekho, wo jump dekho, look at how high he's going, everything. And the response was just dead silence. I swear I could hear crickets. I'm just there like, all right, back to padhai. Let's just move on from this.
I very much relate to this because मेरा ये होता है कि I get into the complexities of things and I'm like, अगर इसको ऐसे देखा जाए तो ये भी हो सकता है, ये भी हो सकता है. And पता है, fun fact, which is like only fun for me. And I'm just like going on this tangents talking about stuff, very, very niche stuff. And the other person is like, अच्छा वो मैं चलती हूँ, वो मुझे लगता है शायद.
Getting out of that after the cringe moment
and
is
I'm
like the worst.
Oh my god, all of this conversation was just one-sided. It was just me talking to my own self.
I mean, I think like a lot of this comes under like social skills on how to deal
Are
with
you?
people that are
Are you? Excuse me.
No, I'm
Out of all people.
Yes, I
No.
think you have. Okay, no, I'm kidding. What I'm trying to say is the person reacting to someone being excited, I feel like to some extent it is your social obligation to kind of
Reciprocate.
It's the nicest thing.
But then there is a limit.
You guys were the ones who were shaming me for making fan pages.
Nice.
Hold
I
up.
was very
I'm gonna
excited.
forget
I
my
was
entire
very-
point.
I was
Fan
very-
pages.
I was very excited about sharing my fan pages, and they all were like, "Wow, that was so cringe."
एक अगर आप बता दें कि ये fan pages किनके थे,
And
लिस्ट
I think-
बनाए ना, बिस्मिल्लाह करें आप.
और सर explain करें. Walk us through your fan pages.
Number one.
Walk us through what was going through your
Guys, we
mind.
all grew up loving One Direction, and we all wanted to marry Harry Styles
अच्छा.
at some point in our life.
यार ये we ना लगाया करो साथ.
Me and Tameem have to strongly say we were not obsessing over
I would
marrying him.
also like to join this league.
Guys, it was just a fan page for One Direction, and fangirl for life for books, and maybe Ahmad was a me.
One second. And how recent was the latest one?
It was just like 2 years ago. That's like.
It's like
Oh my
Completely
God.
unironic devotional love for Ahad Raza Mir.
And his facial expressions
Are
apparently.
you calling me out for being so loving and kind and caring?
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल
Guys.
सही बात है. All of this love being channeled only towards Ahad Raza Mir. Sajal Ali, you know what happened to your घर.
Next in the line.
Reach out
she's
to us.
still shooting a shot.
Reach out to us. We'll give you her location. You can go and do what you want to do. She is the reason for what everything that's happening.
Right.
Finding this out was just. I mean, the thing is, I think after everything we've said about being good people and having social skills to understand, we just went at it.
Shaming me for liking One Direction too much.
ये जरूरी था.
ये जरूरी
ये
था.
साहब की कैरेक्टर बिल्डिंग के लिए जरूरी है.
ये सोसाइटी में बहुत बड़ा मसला है, इसको खत्म करना जरूरी है बहुत.
ये माशरे का अलमिया है. आप किन लोगों को अपने आइडल्स बना रही हैं साहब?
Guys, I wanted कि मैं Harry Styles के concert में जाऊँ. He falls in love with me and then we become Muslims.
Oh my.
वाह, उसके बाद क्या होगा?
Wait.
उसके बाद क्या होगा?
Then we become Muslims? Sahab?
I'm so sorry, guys.
तो बच्चों के नाम भी सोच लिए होंगे बड़े.
Guys, आप सब देख रहे होगे.
इस्लामी नाम वो भी
इस्लामी नाम.
सुलेमान उस्मान.
सुलेमान स्टाइल्स.
I knew what. Cinema Styles knew.
That sounds like a sentence though.
Sahab styles.
So you all are seeing कि ये लोग जब भी कहते हैं कि हमें थोड़ी सी social responsibility होनी चाहिए to make the people feel safe. They are making
Well,
fun
you
of
attacking
me.
yourself over here,
They're
ठीक है?
making fun of me.
I think at some level though, like cringe shaming and all is part of friend group for a reason. I think it kind of breaks the ice as well. And having that frankness and calling Sahaab Noor, Sahaab styles is going to be a thing we're not going to stop anytime soon.
No, it's like part of banter as
Yeah,
well,
my
right?
first Instagram username was Sahaab Stylinson because that's
Oh my
Styles
God.
and Tomlinson.
We really thought we did something here. इसका
Sahaab
नाम
square one पे ही
Sahaab
है.
Styles Tomlinson था.
Sahaab Stylinson. That's a ship name for Styles and Tomlinson. Stylinson.
Wow, it's just growing.
You were a Harry and Louis shipper as well?
No, I shipped myself with both of them.
Oh my God.
भाई ये ship क्या होता है?
भाई मैं रीफ्स गया
हम
नाम
तो
का
सिंपल
बच्चा.
से लोग हैं, हम लोग समंदर में जाते हैं शिप लेके. आप लोग देख लो अपना.
So आप please more.
Hey guys,
हाँ,
More
अगर
fan
आप-
pages.
कोई
for
और
next-
confession
more for
रह
next-
गया हो.
More for next episodes.
Okay.
So there was
Guys-
nothing weird. There was no Hunger Games, Logan Lerman obsession that we're missing out on.
कोई पोस्टर शोस्टर तो नहीं लगे थे आपके
नहीं,
कमरे
definitely
में
नहीं.
लोगन लेमन के कि आप सुबह सुबह रोज उनसे बातें करके इतनी ज्यादा
I mean, he was pretty.
नाइस.
Yeah, go on.
आगे
He was pretty.
He was really.
I mean, it's so funny how if the tables were turned,
I'm
we would
sorry,
not
now
be
I'm
in this
curious to hear
position.
this.
Yeah, that's not how it works.
Just imagine me and Tameem just being like, bro, that person in that movie.
Say who person, which person?
I'm not saying any person's name.
no,
I'm
you
not.
gotta take names
It's a
now.
trap now. I'm not falling for this.
हम आगे बात ही नहीं
Smart.
करने देंगे.
Then it's,
Nobody's talking until Ahmad name drops.
alright, so we have to name drop Hagrid from Harry Potter.
That is very questionable. Please get out of this
I'm
room
sorry,
right now.
are you making fun of my preferences?
Are you making fun of Hagrid?
No, I'm only making fun of Ahmad and it's 2022.
It's the
लेकिन
same thing now. Me and Hagrid are one.
You were so in for it.
Ahmad really destroyed himself for the sake of the joke.
Guys, anything for the banter, anything for the banter. That is my slogan. But I think now is the best time to ask Sahaab. Sahaab, how do you cope with people just dissecting everything about you?
She's been doing that herself.
I think this
I
is
mean, I
actually a
thought this
coping
was me.
mechanism.
I thought this was me
Right.
being a cool person, having all these fan pages. And
I think that's the
friends were
best
just like-
coping mechanism.
Just imagine you're super cool and you're done.
Pretty delusional.
Living in your own bubble is probably the easiest way to go through life. I'm a cool person. I'm
How do
just.
you stay so happy? Delusion.
I thought I was cool.
I mean, I think
I
making
think you
fun
were
of yourself and dissecting yourself.
your fan pages, all your followers were the people who had the same mindset, right?
Yeah, right.
So
So
you
it
were
felt
like,
like I belong there.
yeah, right. So they were like hyping you up for it. बहुत सही कर रही है, as we're
हाँ,
fans. I've never done that.
edits
Did you feel like यार नहीं like jealousy का element था वहाँ पे? Or you just a fan
Hey,
army
I feel-
बनती है?
I feel like it was like a big fan army on Twitter. We were like angry fan army.
But you had like a specific goals,
Yeah,
like
I'm
concept.
sorry.
One second.
थोड़ी सी और drop
There
हो
is,
गई हैं details.
Twitter. If I'm not wrong, Sahab, are you still on Twitter?
Guys, Twitter suspended my account. क्योंकि
Guys, आप-
मैंने
ये बहुत ज़्यादा हो रहा था fan page.
Guys, आपको नहीं पता.
It gets better. Please explain why you
Guys,
got banned.
Twitter suspended all of my Twitter accounts. Or I cannot make a Twitter account with Sahaab no name. क्योंकि
Why?
Because I used the word "kill you" in my feed.
Kill
I was
for
like,
what?
Sahab,
One second. Was it towards Sajid Ali?
No, guys, I'm a nice person.
Except for that one thing.
Twitter would like to disagree with that.
I just said I will kill you, not much.
That's
Not
it.
much.
Yeah.
Just that.
Allah Ta'ala saved me from Twitter because I was a very
Questionable person there. अच्छा खैर तो what Sahaab said कि like you know she felt like she was a very
cool person.
cool person by doing all of this. तो वो
She basically ignored everything everyone says.
I don't think ignoring was even an element here. I don't even think anybody
I think that was
told
part
her.
of me growing up.
Huh, like
I had fun
in
times
that
with
Did you tell your friend circle like at the time you had the fan page? You might
because
still.
I was like friends with all the fangirls, right?
हाँ
हाँ तो फिर
तो
तो
ही
cringe shame नहीं
अच्छा
आता ना.
अब वो ये ना कि जो cringe है वो सिर्फ retrospect में वो उस in the moment she genuinely did feel cool. मुझे लगता है कि अगर एक word को हमें बिल्कुल opposite बनाना हो ना एक dichotomy दिखानी हो तो cringe और उसके बिल्कुल the other end of the spectrum would be the coolness, you know, the standard
Yeah,
that we
yeah,
talked about, right? So cringe is everything that like you know we would not want ourselves to do. We would not want to see other people doing it, or something that you know we would be ashamed of. And cool is everything the opposite of that. You know, something that we want to achieve, something that like we do and we feel good about it, you
The
know?
medium is the same, right?
Yeah.
So it's a risk both bada hai. You can either lie on the cool side of it, or you may just end up on the cringe side
It's
of
a
it.
hit or miss.
The way you see all of these things really matters, because for her it was cool. Like the same thing as people that make fun of themselves. Like everyone picks on them, and if they also pick on them, everyone's like, if he knows everything I'm saying, the person has no more ammo.
Yeah,
If you're making
this
fun of
is a
yourself,
huge
you can't
thing.
do
This is
anything.
like, dear audience, अगर आप सुन रहे हो और आप जानना चाह रहे हो कि cringe से अपने आप को कैसे बचाना है, just get in on the joke.
Honestly, laugh at
Every
yourself.
single time it works, and it's also part of what Ahmad talked about, how it's a free jail card. It's okay, you get a pass.
Definitely, because everyone just wants to see you sort of like get hit by something and be like, if you get defensive, by the way, a lot of people think like, I'm going to attack back, so we find being defensive is like you're asking for it. You're asking to be made fun of, and it's just not the best thing to do. If you freak out, you're sort of like getting loud and high pitchy and just arguing with people. You're going to be the target for a very, very long time.
Guys, just the pro tip is कि if you think you did something cringe, तो अपने ऊपर हंस लो. अपना मजाक खुद बना लो ताकि किसी और को मौका ना मिले मजाक बनाने का.
Yeah, personal experience are it's probably very, very helpful. It's going to be helpful.
नहीं, लेकिन
It is very
this could not save Sahaab.
Oh,
We're gonna-
100%.
अबे अपने आप को खुद expose करी, clearly saved.
Sahaab Styles is going to be
Sahaab
remembered for a
Styles,
very long time.
Sahaab said.
If you had to pick one Sahaab,
I think it would be it's someone new now.
Whoa!
I'm sorry.
Wow.
More for next episode.
We're going to have a whole breaking news of the new ship that Sahaab has sailed. It'll be interesting.
Guys, अगर हमने Patreon बनाया तो हम सारी Sahaab exposements उसके ऊपर डालेंगे.
I'm sorry guys in advance for being the coolest person I was
Oh
growing up.
my god.
Astaghfirullah.
अच्छा वैसे जो coolness वाली बात है, like इतना arbitrary होता है ना दोनों sides कि like even the cringe side is so arbitrary, and then the idea of being cool is so arbitrary. I have this memory from like 6th grade, ठीक है? That was the first time I was perceived anything close to being cool, ठीक है? Because उससे पहले coolness का बहुत ही weird standard था. It was like teacher के बच्चे होना तो you're cool. That is all.
Teacher's pet.
तो I remember like कुछ seniors आए हमारे पास.
Actually, teachers के बच्चे. Yeah, teacher's pet.
Teachers के बच्चे who would get all the roles in the plays and
I get it.
in the assembly. So
Nepotism.
yeah, exactly. So like we moved on to the middle school, right? So I remember break थी और मेरे साथ मेरी दोस्त थी, उसकी बड़ी बहन की दोस्त नहीं थी, and they were doing some like some homework or some stuff, and they had to go ask people questions or something. फिर वो हमारे पास आई because they knew my friend, and they're like, अच्छा अब जो है ना मुझे बताओ कि तुम लोगों की क्लास में सबसे ज़्यादा मार्क्स किसके आते हैं? And my friend is like, Khadijah के. You're like, अच्छा who's हाँ यार please.
Weird flex, but okay.
6th grade guys. हर किसी 6th grade is like, हाँ मैं first आता था 6th class में.
Khadijah हर कोई first नहीं आता था.
अरे क्या नहीं होता लक्ष्मण.
ये मेरा era third तो खत्म हो गया था भाई.
Shit, guys, no flex intended. So then they were like, अच्छा who teacher सबसे ज़्यादा किसको पसंद करती हैं? They're like Khadijah. Then they were like, अच्छा दोस्त है सबके किसके साथ ज़्यादा?
Khadijah.
And they were like, oh, so you're picture perfect.
Wow.
And I was like,
They were blind.
नहीं ना, मजे की बात है, I was in 6th grade. मुझे क्या पता picture perfect का क्या मतलब होता है? मुझे लगा वो कह रहे हैं photogenic का मतलब ऐसा कुछ. मैं तो कह रही नहीं मेरी तस्वीरें नहीं अच्छी आती. मेरी दोस्त just elbowing me साथ and बाद में she was like, that वो अच्छी बात है तू कह रही like you are perfect or something. मैंने कहा ओ तो guys cool बनते बनते cringe कर गए हम.
You were so close. You were gonna go up on that pedestal and you just.
Life humbled me.
आपकी मेरी तस्वीरें नहीं अच्छी आती हैं. I'm sorry लेकिन ये सब सच नहीं है.
Guys, this reminded me of the time in grade 4 जब एक बच्ची ने she used the word damn sure वाला. And that was the first time I heard the word damn और उसके बाद मुझे सिर्फ damn का मतलब पता था पानी वाला damn होता है. I was trying to figure it out. Damn sure. How is it like? How are the two words like connecting? So yeah. That was the first time I got to know.
I think I learned pretty early on to just keep quiet when you don't know something. Oh, just keep smile and wave, boys. Smile and wave. That's all it takes.
Take notes, Khadijah.
Now I know.
There are a lot of things you don't know.
I think that like everyone has their own way of like going about things when it comes to being cringe-shamed or being cringy itself. Like at the end of the day, if you know what you're doing is right and you aren't harming anyone in the process, do what you want to do, but understand social standards and social.
हर एपिसोड ऐसे ही खत्म होता है हमारा यार.
यार हर बार वही एंड होता है, एंड पे अहमद ज्ञान दे रहा है.
Ahmad,
Yeah, and see, the thing is, everything is circumstantial. Everything is so.
हाँ, everything is grey and arbitrary. बस you
But
made
the
it
truths do not exist. It is very simple. It's not that complicated.
black and white होता है guys, सब कुछ. It's either good or wrong.
The thing in the grey area is literally where we thrive. I think one of the things we can all say is that grey area which exists. हम वहीं रहते
No
हैं.
guys
वहाँ
are
पे
on the cool line. That's the black or the
भरोसा
white.
रखो साहब, सही बात कर रहे हो.
What in the yin yang is she doing here? She's like white, grey, black, coolness. Who's
No,
now color?
grey and yin yang.
खुश रहे शहजादी, ठीक कह रही है.
ठीक है जी.
Guys, वैसे interview में कुछ हो रहा है ना तमीम?
Don't bring that up, dude. No.
We have to bring that up right
I'm
now.
sorry,
is
Tameem,
the-
this is your turn now.
Oops, now the guns are towards me.
Yeah.
अच्छा, ये कहते हैं ना क्या कहावत है? Anyways, yeah, this is the biggest cringe moment for me in university. मेरे सीनियर्स आए थे और ये कह रहे थे कि हमने एक इवेंट करवा रहे हैं हमारे दूसरे कैंपस के ऊपर, तो वहाँ पे हमने एक प्रमोशनल वीडियो बनानी है. I'm no actor. I don't know
I'm
anything.
sorry, I think the acting was phenomenal.
Excuse me, I'll get on to
आप तो
that.
एक्टिंग के बादशाह हो.
No, please stop that. That is
Shah Rukh Khan who?
So they called me, they're like, यार कोई इजी सीन है, कोई मसला ही नहीं यार, तू बहुत फिट एक्टिंग करता है, तू इतना सही. और अपने उनके पास बंदे बहुत थे, पता नहीं थे for some reason.
It's because they know you've been acting like you're okay, Tameem. You've been a great actor.
I'm okay. अच्छा, so they called me over and like उन्होंने कहा कि तुमने बुक खोलनी है और इस तरह एक्ट करना है कि तुम्हें कुछ समझ नहीं आ रहा, and then you done with it and then you close it and like NTV कुछ करते हैं, outing करते हैं. फिर NTV में कुछ हो रहा है, the infamous
एकदम
line.
से पता चलेगा Tameem को
When
interview में
that
कुछ हो रहा है.
video came out,
Dude, मुझे लोगों के मैसेज आ रहे हैं, भाई वाह एक्टिंग शुरू कर दी. लाइक नो, मैंने अभी तक वो वीडियो नहीं देखी, एक दफा भी नहीं देखी और नहीं देखनी, जिंदगी में नहीं देखनी.
पूरे बैच के ग्रुप के अंदर मल्टीपल टाइम्स आई है वो
I
वीडियो.
can reenact it. I will not watch it again.
I have heard Tameem just walking in the corridor. Yeah, NTV में क्या हो रहा है Tameem? NTV,
I hate it.
Tameem.
This is when I do definition पढ़ी थी ना cringe की, I physically cringe over this.
एक वो भी चीज आती है ना कि like for something to be cringe there needs to be an audience for it.
Exactly.
Like, you know, if you do something cringy in private or around like a couple of people, it's just like you can just
सबसे पहले ये रहा कि
pretend it
किसी ने
doesn't
देखा तो
happen.
नहीं है.
But I
Like,
consider myself at these are times.
I think a lot of it also
Don't-
stems from.
Don't kill the part of you that is cringe.
Just kill yourself.
that's why you were banned.
Tumblr Sahaab, this is a new post right here.
Guys, once again, kill the part of you that cringes.
Yes, that's the right version
Yes,
of it,
Sahaab,
Saab.
please. Sahaab, do you need help? Do we need to ban you from Twitter again?
No guys, Tumblr this time.
I think a lot of it also, again, it's not another gyan, but it also stems from having confidence. Because if you're confident in yourself and what you're doing, you're not going to cringe, no matter what it is. And I think a lot of the people that have that social standing, which we were talking about, they have a lot of confidence. Sometimes not justified, but they have a lot of confidence, and that kind of gives off that energy that you cannot.
Exactly.
Mess with
There's this sense of like effortlessness that comes with the idea of being cool. Okay, like, you know, you're so self-sufficient or wo sab. Plus, like, since cringe is so tied with insecurity as well ना, कि अब चाहे आप अपनी insecurity किसी के ऊपर project कर रहे हो, या फिर अगर आप अपनी चीज पे cringe कर रहे हो ना, तो वो भी आपकी अपनी insecurity आपको वो feel करा रही है कि यार ऐसे क्यों बोलती है, ये क्यों करती है, ये क्यों करती है. Meanwhile, somebody who has that social standing, जिसके पास वो insecurity नहीं है, वो कहेगा तो क्या हो गया अगर मैंने एक लफ्ज गलत बोल दिया, क्या हो गया, क्या उखाड़ लोगे मेरा.
At that point, any reaction to cringe, it dies because the person is not feeling shamed or
Exactly.
anything.
हाँ.
The thing is, Yana, हम both देखते हैं कि when it comes to all of this, the whole social standing, being cool about it, people think it comes naturally. It's effortless and it's real. You can fake it.
Yeah.
Fake it till you make it, guys.
Yeah.
A lot of people be like,
हाँ, क्या हम चार आवाज़ार का लेसन ही दे रहे हैं कि guys try your best to be cool.
Try your best. तक ठीक है.
people need to survive
Period.
in this world, okay? They need to survive, and for that they have to fake it. You have to fake it till you make it.
Ahmed,
I would
आपको
suggest
लगता है
try.
कुछ ज़्यादा ही fake करना पड़ता है.
देखिए अब आपके साथ अगर
वो मेक भी ज्यादा कर रहा है, देख लो.
पूरी पॉडकास्ट बनानी होती है, I have to fake laughter. मैं क्या करूँ, हंसी आती नहीं है आपकी बातों से, तो fake
सिर्फ
करना
यही
ही
तो बोल
पड़ता
रही
है.
हूँ इधर.
And it's been dead silent until I speak, so I'm just saying, ये निकाल दो please. Guys, guys, please, I've been ironic a lot of the times. Please take this as irony as well. Thank you very much.
That would be all from our side here, guys. Thank you so much for listening. Our Instagram is Chaar Awazaar. Our podcast is available on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, SoundCloud, under the name Chaar Awazaar, of course. And do give us your input, your questions, your reviews. We would love to hear from you guys. Hopefully आप लोगों को सुनने में भी उतना ही मजा आया होगा जितना हमें बोलने में आया है. See you next episode.
मजाक ज़्यादा उड़ाए लेकिन it was still fun.
See you guys next episode.